Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Peter Barber here, professional opera singer and music producer, and I just did my first time ever reaction and analysis for Shieldmaiden by AURI. Really enjoyed it. Some amazing soundscapes, beautiful vocals from Johanna. As you guys know, we do have two Nightwish members in here, Tuomas and Troy, so really cool to hear them in a new environment. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoy this video. So sit back, relax, and check out my first time reaction and analysis to Shieldmaiden by AURI, and I'll see you after. Wow, such a cool start to this song. I don't know if these captions are right. I'm just skeptical of the closed captioning. What an interesting soundscape we have here. The reminds me of that section from, what is it, Carmina Burana, I think, by Orff. I think that's Carmina Burana. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And then we have, oh my gosh, Johanna's voice is so cool. She's coming on the podcast very soon. By the time this comes out, it will either be up or it will be available very soon, so keep an eye out, or maybe it will be happening right after this video on the channel as a premiere. So keep an eye out for that. Really excited to chat with her. What an interesting and cool voice, and also showing some agility right there at the end of that phrase. But really fascinating stuff so far. I was told this group is just, if nothing else, very cool and interesting. No. It's a very light approach. Almost sung like a lullaby of sorts. Just keeping her voice very light. There's no, no power belting going on here. Nothing super high, nothing super low. It's all very like a comfortable middle range. And yeah, just keeping it very light and breathy and kind of airy and ethereal. I think it's a perfect place to start this piece, given the atmosphere so far. It's a really good blend. She blends very well into the soundscape they're creating. And of course, how could I not mention the beautiful string section, the beautiful orchestration we have underlaying the foundation of this piece. Huge fan of strings and anything orchestra. I sing opera professionally, so that's kind of my biggest comfort zone as far as live performance is performing without a microphone with orchestra, for sure. And I love it so much when it makes its way out of the classical world into other genres. Pretty much all the original music I'm currently writing, which is a bunch that I'm going to be releasing next year, it's pretty much all has heavy orchestration in it, regardless of the genre, right? It could be rock, it could even be pop, but it's got a lot of orchestra in there. I think it's awesome. That little turn there at the end that she does. D. Okay, so we're in D minor. That little turn there at the end, it's not a long riff, it's not a big crazy firework riff, but it shows the agility, because just in those few notes, you can hear the accuracy and the speed at which she's capable of singing what's called riffing, or runs, or in opera you'd call it coloratura. And you hear it just in that one little turn she does, that just those few notes. See how clean that is?
Shieldmaiden in the night of human mind, see and dream in
I'm really, really enjoying this. This is very cool and very interesting, and I love her voice. She has this, oh my gosh, it has this blend of, hear me out, it has this blend of folk, which I believe the band, some part of the genre they operate in is folk. It's like progressive folk or folk metal or something. I'm not there yet, but I think folk's in there. And like very old school musical theater, and like Julie Andrews and like early golden age musical theater where it's like the fast vibrato you see in like really old Disney movies like Snow White. It's like a blend of folk and like really old school, what's called legit technique, where it's, you know, it's well supported and there's usually very consistent vibrato in the sound, similar to classical, similar to operatic singing. That's what I'm hearing from her voice, and it's really beautiful. It's just light and fluid, and it spins. That's what we call vibrato sometimes in opera. It spins really fast and easily, and she's keeping it very light so far. So nothing big and powerful. And, you know, we've gotten into this chorus where the orchestra completely drops out, and we're just with basically piano and voice. But the reverb and delay they're using is really awesome. It's really like they're in a big space. Like she's singing near the sound source in a big space is kind of how they're capturing it. Also, Tuomas and Troy are also members of Nightwish, who we love so much and I need to get back to. So cool crossover there. So drummer, not affiliated, Troy and Tuomas, members of Nightwish, and Johanna, wife of Tuomas, I believe. And I think AURI's a relatively new band, and they're about to go on their first tour, which is why I'm teaming up with Nuclear on this video to pump them out there a little bit. So immense talent in this group, and I'm very interested in what they do.
Place the last of her left behind. Shieldmaiden in the night.
So that's up to F5 above tenor high C, keeping it very light. And in a light head voice for a female vocalist, that's not, if you're trained, if you're a strong singer, that's not really getting near the peak yet. If she were maintaining a perfect chest connection, like doing like musical theater belting, then that high note she just did, that high F, that's about as high as most well-trained female musical theater singers can carry their chest voice. But she's operating a much lighter mechanism, obviously perfectly fitting for the atmosphere and everything we're hearing.
Shieldmaiden in the night of human mind. See and remember her, the girl next door. Thousands of winters turned spring in her eyes, away from darkness where she alone gave light. We leave you to sleep now in sanguine silence no more, and hope for the world to know your unsung story.
So this whole second verse, we have the strings come back, right? The full string section, the piano's there. There's more percussive sound effect-like elements. We're not having like a clear drum set or anything like that banging away, but just percussive elements kind of adding noise to the atmosphere, and noise actually being the technical term, not just adding like crap, but adding noise, which is exciting. We also have choir or solo voice with a lot of reverb happening in the background as well. I'm not going to go back to the whole thing, but let me just flag that one element.
We leave you to sleep now in sanguine silence no more.
It's really like one or a very small number of voices with a lot of reverb around it, like they're performing in a cathedral. Sort of like a descant. You guys know descants in like sacred music, where on the final verse of, say, "O Holy Night" or some other hymn, or, you know, Christmas Carol, there will be a soprano singing above everything as a solo, making up a new melody sort of to what the congregation or what the ensemble would be singing. It's called a descant, that high solo voice singing above everything else. And it could be done as a group as well, but that's what we're getting here. We're getting kind of like a weird ghostly descant in this second verse.
And hope for the world
There's that nice little riff again. And acoustic. Has acoustic guitar been here? I just missed that. That we got. I heard the acoustic guitar pop out in between the verse and chorus. It's definitely been here. Let me see if it was here earlier. No. No. So second verse, acoustic guitar. Okay. Just checking myself. That's really beautiful. So the second chorus, you guys remember the first one, it was just Johanna and piano, essentially. That was pretty much the only things happening. And now we kind of have the full ensemble here in this second chorus. And then it'll probably go to a bridge and then probably have one more final chorus with all the pieces coming together. Vocally pretty similar until the end. She revs it up a little bit at the end of this chorus going into what I would assume is the bridge section. So now we got strings, guitar, piano, and voice all in this chorus. So it's a much fuller sound than the first chorus. No descant though. Still keeping the voice nice and light. So this transition, what are the notes? Go all the way up to that, all the way up to the D. So up to the first, up to our tonic, meaning the first scale degree in the scale. But that's a transition we didn't get at the end of the first chorus. The first chorus, blended back into the second verse. This one we're going into something new, and so there's this really cool ascending vocal pattern into this new section. Soaring violin. It's pretty chaotic before a big key change there. We have this we have like this really low synth bass. We have this very virtuosic violin lead happening as well, but it's pretty chaotic sounding. It's pretty solidly chaotic sounding into this bridge. So now we're in the relative major. We're in the dominant of D minor. So now we've moved from D minor to A minor. So pretty big key change here. Which means she's about to sing pretty high. This is so epic. This is exactly what I was hoping. And what I said earlier, remember I said, they're going to go through this bridge section, then they'll bring it back to the final chorus, which will be the biggest, most climactic. That's how really good songwriting works. And there's all this, we get all this motion, it's very film score-like, very symphonic, obviously. And I feel, it's so cool because I feel the folk and I also feel the progressive aspects of it, the blending of genres, the symphonic quality. So what's your guys' opinion on the genre of this group? To me, it's like cinematic folk music. Cinematic folk. That's what I'm saying. It's awesome. So this final section, again, we get all the elements coming together, and then we get the added benefit of some of those parts changing to a more percussive rhythmic, really moving us along. It's really stunning. Let me get into this here. So that's soprano high G. And of course, massive drum set. I forgot to mention that. So now we finally get the drum set here, giving us like a really proper tempo, proper BPM. We've always had it because you can easily feel, if there's any kind of percussive elements, you can feel the pulse, especially when good musicians are involved. But the drum set, for most people, it's like, okay, now we have like the really solid, like robotic kind of beat going. Massive drum fill right there at the end. What a huge, awesome song. This is really, really fun. This is a great recommendation from the person I'm in touch with over at Nuclear. She's like, this is a new formed group, but like has some veterans in it. They're about to go on their first tour, especially for you as like a deep vocal analyst and, you know, lover of arranging and cool soundscapes. I feel like you'd really like this one. And what a great recommendation. So shout out to you, Tiffany. This is awesome. I can't wait to see what this group does. For real. I'll be watching. I'll be going to their shows if they come anywhere near me in the States. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. If you did, please do consider joining my Patreon community. Links in the description. That's the best way to support me. And as always, subscribe. It's free. Did you know it's free and only takes 2 seconds to subscribe? So do that. It's really helpful for the channel. And I'll see you in the next AURI video or another video from Nuclear Blast Records. See you guys.